Hey everyone, welcome back to another Mattel Jurassic World Dominion review. Today we're taking a look at another exclusive set, the Owen Escape Pack. The Atrociraptor quartet is quickly coming together with these first round of figures. We have 3 out of the 4 right now. This set retails for $30 and it is a Target exclusive. I'll leave a link down below in the description to Target if you want to order this figure online. The main reason I wanted to get this set wasn't because of the Atrociraptors. I'm really not feeling them yet. Have to see the movie first before I make my final decision. They just kind of remind me of, like, you know, a little more extra generic Velociraptors. It's this little Carnotaurus figure right here, and that's the main reason I wanted this. It's a nice little homage to the Jurassic Park Series 2 Carno that came back way back in the days of Kenner. And of course, we get another Owen figure. I've been trying really hard to avoid Owens, but they keep repacking them with figures I want. So this is my 3rd Owen figure in Dominion, and we're only in the first round of figures. So let's go over the package really quick before we crack this set open. Jurassic World Dominion logo down the corner. There's Rexy right here. You have all 4 figures front and center in this nice window box. And turning it around, we get a picture of everything that's included. We got Owen on his bike, the 2 Atrociraptors, and the young Carnotaurus. Even though it say that, it's definitely a young one, especially in the Jurassic World franchise. And look, you get a utility knife included, and then we've got pictures of how the scan code works. So other than that, let's crack this set open and take a closer look. Other than I keep forgetting about this side of the box, we have a nice picture of the Raptor. I think that figure is probably coming out in Wave 2. A lot of people are not liking the design. I mean, it is a feathered dromaeosaur, but, you know, obviously there are some major issues with the design. But anyways, let's crack this open. All right, let's start with a nice 360-degree view of this set. You know, for $30, I think this set is a good value. You get 3 dinosaurs, a human figure, and a vehicle. The highlight of the set is this smaller Carnotaurus. It's a really interesting figure because it's this intermediate size between like a Savage Strike and a Sound Strike figure, and we really haven't had any figures in the line that fall like in this in-between size, except with this Carnotaurus. I kind of wish they did have like an in-between line. We could have got a little bit some more proportionate species. But yeah, really like the Carnotaurus. You know, the paint scheme reminds me of the Demon Carno from the Kenner Jurassic Park line. I'm not sure if it's supposed to be Toro. You know, it has that burnt look to it, and, you know, it has a broken horn. Toro doesn't have a broken horn, unless I missed something in Camp Cretaceous, but I guess once the movie comes out, we'll learn more about that. The 2 Atrociraptors, I don't know if it's the red one is Tiger or Red. They don't name them on the box, but it's the same exact mold as the previously reviewed Ghost Atrociraptor. Hooray, the Crouching Raptor mold is back. One of the worst molds in the entire line is making an appearance, and now it's the Atrociraptor's turn. It looks like it's an entirely new mold. The hind legs look like they're the Crouching Raptor legs. I'm going to have to go dig it out when I get to the details section of the review and see if they are the exact same legs. Owen, same exact Owen figure that came with the Extreme Damage set and the one that comes with Beta. So really not much to talk about there. And we do get this new motorcycle, which is a great accessory. I always love adding new accessories to my collection. The motorcycle looks pretty nice, you know, with the red. You do have a clear plastic piece for the lights. The tires are painted. So yeah, all around for $30, I think this set is a great deal. Now for some quick measurements, let's start off with the Atrociraptor. Like I said, same exact mold as Ghost. This figure is 7.5 inches long and it's 3.5 inches tall. So there's no size estimates of how big the Atrociraptors are in Dominion yet, so I just have it scaled around the size of Blue, around 13 feet. So I'll put this figure in the 120 scale range. Atrociraptor in real life is very similar in size to like an actual Velociraptor, you know, about 6.5 feet long. So using that measurement, this would be a 110 scale figure. And moving on to the Carnotaurus, this figure is 10 inches long and about 4 inches tall to the top of the head. So Carnotaurus in real life was around 24 to 26 feet long. So I put this figure somewhere in the 130 to the 132 scale range. And no one's watching this review for Owen, so I'm not measuring him. And let's first take a look at a figure that absolutely no one is watching this review for, Owen. Let's set the land speed record for an Owen review. It's the same exact Owen that we've seen 3 times so far in the line. You got a knife, goes in his back, holster like this, nice. Oh look, it's the same helmet that came with the Battle Damage Baryonyx set, and it fits over his head, and yeah, that's Owen. Now let's take a look at the little motorcycle that comes with this set. Really nicely done. The engine is picked out in silver paint. You have silver for the wheels, black for the tires. You got red. The seat is actually, this part's all black. It just is all painted in red. So you have the seat right here. You have your mirrors, your throttle handle. I am not a motorcycle guy. Kickstand that can kick back and forwards. Maybe it's a dirt bike. I don't know. I see a chain. Like I said, I do not know these machines. I am very accident prone, and that's why I don't ride stuff like this. More engine parts picked out in silver. You got clear plastic for the headlight right here. So yeah, pretty cool looking accessory. And let's get it situated, and let's just take out the other motorcycle that came with the Baryonyx Battle Damage set. You know, much sleeker looking motorcycle. So yeah, a cool little accessory. I always like adding more vehicles to my Jurassic World collection. It's always fun for like all the photography I do. Shameless plug, I have Instagram. Link is down below in the description. And next up, like a bad case of herpes, flares up when you least expect it. Here it is, another crouching raptor mold. This time it's the Atrociraptor's turn. I did take out the old Velociraptor crouching mold. The legs are different. This is a completely new mold. The legs on this one are much more textured. It has some nice scale detail, and the shadowing is making the toe claw look like it's painted, but it is not. So anyways, let's take a look at this figure up close. I have no clue which Atrociraptor it is. Most likely it's probably Pantera. Did I call it Pantera at the beginning of the review? Maybe I have Thundercats on the mind. Not many paint apps on here. It's mostly just a yellowish color. You do have these brown paint apps on the face. Eye is yellow with black pupil. Pupil's painted in. That is always a bonus because we all know Mattel is up and down with that. Teeth are painted in off-white color. Gum tissue is painted in pink. Inside the mouth, tongue is painted. Back of the throat, roof of the mouth is not. You can see it has a much wider and shorter and deeper snout than the Velociraptor. Very subtle difference. You know, in the trailer they look just like, you know, heavier Velociraptors. I really wish they did something different with the design. You get some brown stripes along the neck. You do have articulation. Mouth can close completely flush. Head can look up, can look down. You get some nice rotation. So it's nice that they added a little extra articulation to this godforsaken mold. Now going down to the arms. This is a trend that Mattel's been doing that I can't stand. I hate the white arms. We got it with the Allosaurus. Oh yeah, and the Moros, and I'm sure more figures in the line are going to suffer from this. It's just so lazy looking. It just breaks up the whole figure. Just make it the same color as the rest of the body. It's just a lazy way of not adding a paint app. I mean, do you think the plastic would cost more than just like a little, you know, brushing the paint? I don't know. It just looks absolutely terrible. You can see the hand claws are not painted in. You got a little bit of brown markings along the side of the body. You're just going to move the leg out of the way. Over here, you do have the little notch for the DNA code, and there it is for those of you who want to scan it into the fax app. You have a couple flecks of darker plastic mixed in with all this yellow. Toe claws are not painted in. You can see there's much better texture on here. I'm going to take out the crouching raptor in a few seconds. And then on the tail, oh, look at this. They might have had a couple cents left over in their budget. They actually painted the tail on here. You have more brown paint, even though there's no pattern coming from the base of the tail. So this looks really weird right there. So yeah, really not the most exciting figure, but if you want to have, you know, your little Atrociraptor group, you're probably going to end up picking this set up. And let's take out the old crouching Velociraptor, and let's just zoom out just a tiny bit so you can see the differences. The legs are completely different. They're much more textured on this new one, so it is a brand new mold. And oh god, I just can't stand the mold. The crouching raptor and that fat raptor came out in the Fierce Force, and that is showing up again in the Legacy Collection are like the two worst molds in my mind that Mattel has ever put out, and then pulled Velociraptors, and now we have a Atrociraptor added to the travesty that is this mold. And next up, let's look at the other Atrociraptor. This one's either tiger or red. I have no clue. It's red, it has stripes. It could be either one. I don't know yet. I guess we'll figure out when the movie comes out. But yeah, same exact mold as the previously reviewed Atrociraptor that came in that Release and Rampage set. Ghost, I'm assuming someone told me the colored ones are the males and the white one is the female, whatever. So yeah, whole figure is cast in this nice orange plastic. I actually do like the paint apps on this figure. This is probably my favorite of the three Atrociraptors so far. Eyes painted in yellow with a black pupil. You have this peach color markings all over the face. You get that short, deep snout. Lower jaw is cast in a lighter plastic. Teeth are painted in that off-white color. Inside the mouth is painted in red. You get some nice scale detail all over the figure. You get more of that cream colored peach markings down the neck, all over the body. The front arms, the hand claws aren't painted in. On the side is painted with that cream color, goes to the base of the tail. Then the tail is cast in a color that doesn't match the rest of the pattern, but they did add some nice orange markings along the tail. I think those look quite nice. Like I said, I really like the pattern on this figure. It's very visually appealing. It stands out among the other three Atrociraptors. And let's pop out that DNA code. This is what I get for cutting my nails right before a review. There's the DNA code. So yeah, a decent looking figure. And let's go with the articulation. Mild can open up that far. Closed completely flush. You do have that hinge for up and down movement, which has better up and down movement than the Hammond Collection Raptor. I wish the Raptors had this type of articulation. That's because there's a deeper cut right here. Get 360 degree movement. Arms can move forwards and backwards. Hind legs, same things, forward and backwards. Completely useless tail joint. Really needs a hinge joint. So yeah, a neat looking figure. I really like this one. It's my favorite of the Atrociraptors so far. And next up is this little Carnotaurus, and this is the star of the set. I was really surprised that they made this like little intermediate size. There's really no other figures in the line that fall into the size scale. It's around 10 inches long. You know, like I said, it's between a Savage Strike and a Roar Attack, Roar of War size. So yeah, really interesting and cool, and it's a nicely done figure. You can see one of the horns is broken off. Maybe that's explained in the movie. I don't know. So everything's speculation at this point. Whole figure is cast in black plastic. Eye is green with a black pupil. Lower jaw is cast in white. Teeth are nicely painted off white color. There's some nice glossy gum tissue in there. Roof of the mouth is not painted. Some nice details on the top of the head. Going down to the neck, you have this nice red coloration. Like I said, it reminds me of, like, you know, Burnt Toro and the Demon Carnotaurus from the Kenner line. Got a little bit of white paint on the underside of the throat. No paint on the hand claws, which is fine. Carnotaurus had ridiculously stupid small arms, so that is fine. You got more of that red markings down the back going all the way down to the base of the tail. No paint on the tail, which is a shame. Kind of wish it continued on there because this is really a sparsely painted figure. The previously the red Atrociraptor we just went over actually has more paint apps than this. Going down to the legs are nicely done. Because it's cast in this like black, you know, dark gray plastic, it's not really a big deal if these toe claws aren't painted, and actually kind of blends in, but it'd been nice if they were painted black. Going down to the tail, nicely sculpted tail. And let's zoom out a little bit and pop up that DNA code for all those that want to scan this into the fax app. And let's go over articulation. Mouth can open up pretty far. Closed completely flush. You have a hinge for up and down movement. 360 degrees of rotation. Arms are on a hinge. They can swing out a little bit, and they can move 360 degrees. Let's get the camera refocus. Legs can move forwards and backwards. You have that locking point. Useless tail rotation. So that is it for the Carnotaurus. Let's move on with comparisons. And first up, here it is with the extreme damage blue. And next up, here is Ghost. So we have, you know, all three out of the four Atrociraptors all together. Come on, red tiger, stand up. As you can see, they are exactly the same mold. And next up here is the Hammond Collection Velociraptor. It'd be really interesting if we're going to get any Atrociraptors in the Hammond Collection. And let's do one more small dinosaur. Here is Moros. Don't worry, I'll eventually get to the rest of the ferocious packs. Like I said, I picked up a lot of stuff, and I am kind of falling behind on reviews. I think I might be start releasing 2 a day just to catch up, because I have a lot of other stuff from other companies I also need to review. But gonna strike with the iron heart because Jurassic World is super hot right now. And let's take out some of the Carnotaurus. Here is Toro, and here is the original Fallen Kingdom Carno. Will you stand? Let me position your tail down. There we go. And let's get these Atrociraptors out of the way. You can see how the smaller Carnotaurus stacks up to these. I like how all three display next to each other. It's almost like having a little family group. And next up here is the awesome Therizinosaurus. I had to take the batteries out of this thing. Every time I touched it, it went off. It's one of my favorite toys so far, but man, that sound feature is just super duper sensitive. And lastly, here is Rexy. So, final thoughts on this Owen Escape Pack. I think it's a really good value for $30. You know, you get 3 dinosaur figures, a human figure, and a small vehicle. The Carnotaurus is the standout for the set, at least for me. Just that color scheme just scratches that old Kenner nostalgia itch. Then I have the Atrociraptor, Red Tiger, whatever the hell its name is definitely the standout among the 3 Atrociraptors that are currently out. I hate the crouching one. I hate that mold. Yay, another Owen figure. So yeah, you know, if you want to add some more figures to your collection really quickly, $30 for the set is a good deal. And like I said at the beginning of the review, I have a link down below in the description of the Target if you want to order it. Right now, it is a Target exclusive. I have no idea what they're going to do with this set for the rest of the world. I guess we'll see. If I see anything pop up, I'll put a pin post down in the comments. So that will do it for the review. Like I keep saying, at the end of all these reviews, I have a lot of stuff to cover. I might be releasing 2 reviews a day just to catch up a little bit, because I have a lot of other stuff from other companies I need to get to. So stay tuned for all that. And as always, if you're enjoying the content on this channel, show your support by hitting that subscription button just below the video. Each subscription helps out the channel tremendously and is greatly appreciated. And I'll see you guys for the next one.